Woodrow artists, it's Mrs. Fingland. I hope you guys are doing well and happy Friday if you are watching this on Friday. I am here to do some different art projects and different things with you each Friday. I might show you a project, I might show you some links to ideas for projects, I might read a book to you and we might get inspired by that book and draw together. We might do some free draw ideas, all sorts of stuff. So it's kind of going to just be Freestyle Friday over here. And each week, I hope you guys tune in so we can do some art together and create together. This week, I'm so excited because I'm combining two things that I absolutely love for this project. Number one is obviously creating art. So I'm going to show you guys how to create something today. The other thing that we're going to combine with this project is using your art or your creation to give back to others. This is something that I love doing each year at the art show. We usually pick a cause and try and do some art projects around that cause and either raise money for that cause or just have a community connection. So since that's even harder this year, I'm hopeful to try and find some ideas for you this week where you can give back with your art. So this week, I'm going to be showing you how to make a pop-up card. I have this one from a student that's always on my desk area, and you can see that it's a really cool, intricate dragonfly pop-up card, and then when you fold it, it folds up nice and neatly, and then when it pops open, this can open up, and you can just see all the detail work. This is actually paper that someone had to probably laser cut, I'd say, probably not with an X-Acto knife. So this was kind of the inspiration of the pop-up cards. I love having this one on my desk from one of my students from a couple of years ago. I'm going to read a quick book to you called The Thank You Letter, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. And then we're going to be making pop-up cards. I'm going to just show you one style, but then I'm going to link in the show notes to you a bunch of different styles. I'm just going to show you a simple circle today and how to change that up. But you guys can make flowers, you can make spaceships, you can make anything you want pop up in your card. And I'm going to link some more ideas of tutorials and videos and some lists of how to do that in case you want to go even further advanced with your pop-up cards. Now, my kids and I will actually be doing these as well. This year, for one of our projects to give back at my house, we are going to be making thank you cards for our hospital workers and all those healthcare workers that are working so hard right now, our nurses, our doctors, and the hospital staff. And we are hoping to make some pop-up cards for them and deliver ours there. Some other ideas, if you guys don't have a connection at a hospital and it's not safe for you guys to drop cards off there, are if you have a nursing home or elderly facility nearby. My kids and I have also made cards for them during this time and dropped them off there. You might want to call ahead or have your mom or dad call ahead and make sure that that is something that you can do right now. Or send it to a neighbor that you don't get to see very often or that you see often and you just want to send them a special card. Or send it to a family member that you might not see very often, or maybe someone that lives out of state, a friend or an aunt or an uncle. I'm sure they would love to get one of your pop-up card creations. So we'll see in just a moment in this book the inspiration for this card of giving back. And hopefully you guys can find someone in your lives that you can either write a note to for the holidays or write a thank you note to for all that they do for you. It could even go to your mom or dad. All right, let's go ahead to our book called The Thank You Letter. And I will link this book for you to, a little girl is actually reading it in this story, but I'm gonna mute her and I'm gonna read it to you guys. But I will link it in case you wanna listen to it later as well. And it's called The Thank You Letter by Jane Cabrera. Get myself out of the way here. Grace's birthday was almost here. She had written a list. Things I would like for my birthday. Puppy, robot, books on how to build a den, sparkly shoes, tent and camping things, magic wings, pens and paints, and lots of chocolate. There she is writing her birthday list. The day of the party arrived. She's all dressed up. There were games and ice cream and presents, and the sun shone all day. Sounds like a fun party, doesn't it? The next day, Grace got out her new pens and pencils to write thank you letters. Dear Aunt Grandpa, thank you for my puppy. Love. Although she didn't write that she really wanted was a real puppy. Dear Peg, thank you for the magic wings. I have not tested the magic yet. Love, Grace. Dear Millie, thank you for my sparkly shoes. Love, your face. Dear Aunt Mary, thank you for the gloves. They're a little too big at the moment. Love, Grace. Dear Poppy, thank you for the soft toy. I have called it Jeffrey. Love, Grace. You only stopped for one quick snack. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for my fun party and for the bestest ever. Love me, Grace. She's got pizza and lemonade, big dog, and the friendly bear. Dear Jayla, thank you for the pen. Love them. Love Grace. Dear Noah, thank you for the most awesome robot costume. Love your sister, Grace. But Grace did not stop there. Next, she wrote a thank you to her cat. Thank you for being so soft and cuddly. Dear Mimi, thank you for being so kind and always giving me candy. She gave a thank you to the lady at the thrift store. A thank you to her favorite teacher. Dear Mr. Jones, thank you for teaching me my letters. Love, Grace. To her dog. Finn, thank you for your furry, waggly tail. Woof, woof. Love, Grace. Grace even wrote a thank you to the sky. She put it on the tree as high as she could reach. Dear sky, thank you for being so blue today. Love from Grace. And still, she wrote more. Soon, they appeared all over town. They made everyone happy. So one afternoon, when Grace came home from school, she ran up to her new tent, and it was full of love notes. Love notes everywhere. Grace read each and every one. So a lot of the people she had written thank you notes to wrote her love notes back, like, Grace, everything about you. I love your jokes. I love your style. I love your writing. Love from her teacher. So all those people that she wrote the thank you notes to wrote her love notes. Of course, she then wrote lots of her own, along with one last special thank you letter. Dear reader, thank you. Love, Grace. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that book, and maybe it gave you some ideas of who you guys could either write a thank you letter for your pop-up to, or just a note to show your appreciation or to say, hi, how are you doing? And just a letter to someone. I know that when I receive letters, whether it's from my kids or my family that doesn't live in Colorado, it's super special to me, and I love getting mail. So think of who you could give this pop-up card to. It could be a thank you note to workers who are working so hard for us, your teacher, someone in your family, or your neighbor. You could put it on someone's door or on their car. It could even be a stranger and just say, hi, I hope you're having a great day. So hopefully you and your family can come up with some ideas of where you could put these thank you notes to make someone's day a little brighter. All right, let's get started on our project. You are going to just need, you could use printer paper, like just regular old printer paper, or if you have colored construction paper, you want to use that, you can. Mine's just the construction paper size, 9x12. You can really use any size of paper, as long as it's more of like a rectangle rather than a square. Okay, so I'm going to tilt my screen down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold my paper short man, okay, and I'm going to fold it in half, almost like a book or a card, and try and make it nice and neat, lining up the edges, and then pressing and folding. Okay, and now I'm going to take something circular. We're going to make a circle pop-up card, and I'm just going to trace half of it. I've got a tape roll here. You could use a big cup or mug or something around your house that's kind of a big circle around this shape. It can be a little bigger, it can be a little smaller. This is the part that's going to pop up. So however big you make this, this will be the pop-up part. You just don't want it to go from almost top, I can show you, from top to bottom of your card, because cutting that would make this part really weak. So, you know, maybe 6 inches at the most. So I'm going to put half of the circle on and trace like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use my Sharpie so you can see. I'm only going to cut on the top part of my circle and the bottom part of my circle. So those pieces right there. Notice this part is still pencil line, so I'm not going to cut on that. And I'm going to leave my paper folded to cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut there and cut there. Okay, so you're going to take this now and press it back and fold it back onto your card. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is open this up. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to cut a little longer on mine. You just don't want to cut too much. I'm just going to cut a little longer though. Like that. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Now I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to take my hand underneath the card and I'm going to push it up like that and then fold it the reverse way. So I'm going to pinch and just kind of push it up, pinch it, and then kind of flatten it, and then you should be able to close the card. So then when you open it up, that circle pops out. Okay, so now you have this popped up circle that you can do all sorts of things with. This is where your creativity comes in. I could turn, if I'm making this into like a Christmas type card, I could turn this into an ornament. Okay, and then maybe say Merry Christmas. Or maybe if I'm just making like a card for winter, I could turn this into a snow globe or a snowflake and then right around here. Okay, I could turn it, if I'm just saying, you know, thank you for all of your hard work to maybe my doctors and nurses, I could maybe turn this into a heart or a smiley face and then write my note there. I think that's what I'm going to do for mine right now. So you can use markers, you can use crayons, color pencils, you could do watercolor depending on the paper that you have. So I'm just gonna color this in with yellow first. And I've got my markers here that I'm gonna use. And then I'm gonna take another color and make my little eyes and a big smile. So then my pop-up is my smiley face that pops up when they open up the card. Now I'm going to write a little note, but I'm also going to decorate along the edges. So maybe I'll put some hearts. You can do whatever designs you want. You could turn that circle into an earth or a planet. You could turn that circle into a cookie, or what else? Maybe a donut, okay? Depends on who you're making this for, right? And then get a new color, and I'm gonna write my message on here too. If you want help with your spelling, you can ask a grown-up at your house, or you can just sound out your letters as best as you can. I personally, when my 5-year-old writes notes to me and he spells things. He might not spell it the right way. He's just sounding it out. It's one of my favorite things to get in a note or a letter from him, because I love seeing that he's trying to sound out his words. So if you're younger and you're doing this on your own, just sound out your letters. So let's see, thank you. And I'm going to say thank you for all you do, because this one is going to go to my friend who's a doctor. And I'm going to give her a bunch of the notes my kids are going to make to bring to the hospital. And then maybe I'm going to put a star down here. Okay. So there's the inside. We've got a pop-up part. All right. And now what I could do on the outside is I can write who it's to, or a little message, or draw a little picture on the outside as well. So I could, let's get a different color. And I'm going to say to our hospital workers, if it's going to your mom, you can say to mom. If it's going to your dad, you can say dad. If it's going to grandma, you can put grandma on here. However you want to make your card, and whatever you want to do to the front is fine. Sometimes I don't even write words on the front of my card. Like this one, you could just do a picture on the front. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then when they open it up, they've got a nice pop-up card. Now, depending on who you're sending this to, you might want to sign your card down here, or you could put your name on the back, but it's really up to you. It kind of depends on who it's going to. If it's going to maybe a stranger or people you don't know, you might not sign it. If it's going to your mom or your grandma or your aunt or uncle, you might want to sign it so they know who gave it to them. So that's just the basic circle pop-up card. You guys can try that one. And then I'm going to show you real quick, if you want to do some more advanced ones, I'm going to link these in the show notes. There's a flower bouquet one that you can do. I will also give you a link, let's see, to this one that has all different types. There's a hedgehog, which is super cute. A Christmas tree one, how to do a lantern type one, okay, XOXO. There's also, close this out, how to do just a regular pop-up and then create any picture, flower or a spaceship, and then attach it to this pop-up card. So it gives you the directions on how to make this, and then you get to attach whatever picture you want to your card. So those are some ideas of how to make this more advanced, or how to make more with your work, okay? All right, so you can send me pictures of your pop-up cards if you'd like. I'd love to see some of them. Or maybe shoot me an email. I'll put my email in the show notes, and tell me who you're going to give your cards to. You might only do one. Last year, my kids and I think, ended up doing 30, because it just was so fun that we just got really into it. We just started making a ton. And I will also list some ideas in the show notes of places you can donate your cards to, in case you don't have a neighbor or a family member that you want to send yours to. And your classroom teacher or someone at Woodrow, you could certainly send them a card too. I'm sure they would love it. One more thing before I go. If you want to add some paper to your cards and not just use markers, sometimes I use these special papers. Like this one's kind of blue with stars on it and it's shiny. I've got some glitter paper here. So cards are really fun. You can look around your house and find almost anything that you can attach to cards. Buttons, ribbons, special papers like that. You can add some pizzazz to your pop-up cards with yarn if you have some yarn, and you can string it on. So just look around your house and see if you have stamps. You can add stamps and put some different stamps on your card too. Just start looking around your house and thinking of how you could make your creation even more special for whoever you are giving your pop-up card to. All right, Woodrow artists, I hope you guys had fun creating these. I really hope you pick someone special to give your card to and try and use your art for good this week. All right, miss you guys so much, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.